What is up guys, Greedy Knight here with a commentated hunt breaking down the Arc-Tempered new Udra quest. I'll be going over the set I used, the general strategies to get A rank for this quest, and the hunt to showcase the strategies and build. Let's get into it. Here are the hit zones for new Udra. Generally, the entire body is a good hit zone for cutting an element. You just do more damage by using the age-old practice of hitting the head. As it cycles between states, it will receive more damage overall, so you can't go wrong with what you hit. Here's the set. The weapon decos and charm are a combination of load shells 2, rapid morph 3, and guard up 3 as the primary skills with guard 3 as the secondary skill. You cut crit boost in exchange for guard up's ability to block oil explosions and command grabs. Guard is run to effectively eliminate chip damage except on the guard up moves. This will make you a walking tank against many otherwise heavy knockback moves. You spend less time healing off the chip damage and more time fishing for guard point counters. As for the armor, you must run adaptability level 2 via the helmet slots to negate the fire pits and flame aura. With it, you reduce the challenge of this fight to a new Udra with new moves. Without it, you will get melted by Arc-Tempered new Udra just by standing next to it. Your guard skills and adaptability level 2 are the only mandatory skills for this fight. The rest is a set of synergies with Charge Blade and set bonuses. Coalescence and Burst are run at max power to maximize element file damage. Bubbly Dance is the coal procer to ensure consistent but manual activations. New Udra being allergic to water makes your foul damage consistent across its entire body. Agitator is used to identify the enraged state in addition to providing more raw attack and an affinity boost. Counter Strike level 2 is provided by the chest and the third level comes from my charm. Unless you are doing a hit list run, the baked in Counter Strike will provide a free attack boost. Evade Extender 2 is on the Ray Dow arms to help you get to safety. Some attacks provide a large opening if you opt for an evade instead of guarding. This will grant you access to more DPS windows by dodging relevant moves. I use the Mending Mantle because that's my preference, but you can use Rocksteady Mantle for SAD spam. With the set broken down, let's get into the hunt. We start off Area 15 and head straight to New Udra. There's not much to do here aside from just mentally preparing for New Udra. And there is a set of rock ammo that you can pick up, but I don't opt for it here. I manually take over on the railings because the sacred AI can be wonky. I start off the hunt with an ambush because it nets me more energy. Because I'm fishing for red energy here, I get hit by that roar and then I tank the follow-up slaps and get straight into red energy. Because I kitted up for the oil spill, I just tank it, no muss no fuss, and I'm just fishing for my second buff Savage Axe here, but I get command grab for it. I just mash, nothing special here. One thing is that if you get command grabbed multiple times, it gets harder to get out of. And then I just tank the 360 spin and the follow-up. My Palico here is healing, so I kind of just play safely until I get healed. And then I go back to getting files. The slimes are just a regular perfect guard pair. And then I go for the wound topple. And I try to just get some damage in here while it's down. Here I'm just watching it to see if it'll hit me. I expected that slam to hit me, but I ended up missing with my guard, and I just morph slash here twice to get some damage. And then I follow up, only to miss. And then the second oil spill allows me to just get back into the fight. As it burrows, I just lock on to get New Udra's position. Doesn't look like it knows I'm back here, so I'm just gonna go for some free damage. And then another oil spill. While it's standing idle, I get a really short opening. I get an AAD, but I get hit by the 360. And then I just tank the double slam. Here out of habit I did go for the focus strike to get the wound topple, but it's on cooldown at the moment. And then I just fish for some damage here, and I end up getting the topple for a free SAD. Now I reset and then go for another AED loop while it's not trying to hit me. Now you can avoid that if you position yourself a bit better, but I was not, so I got slapped. And then now I'm just trying to get back on my feet, and Udra doesn't like that. My HP is low, so I'm checking if I have the topple, and then instead of going for damage here, I just heal back up to full. This animation confused me a bit, so I was just like, is it gonna attack me or not? So I just reset, and then I'm just trying to see if it's gonna wind up anything that can hit me. Now I do get my guard in time, but it's not a guard point. And it moves out of range of the follow-up, which is where a lot of the damage is tied up. Now, it does command grab my Palico, so I'm gonna like let go of my buddy. And then it does. And then the 360 again. And I managed to get off another AED, but it escapes into the ground before I could get the follow-up. Now it does the flame version of the spill. And then I tried to go for an AED loop and guard point, but it was faster. Now if I wasn't on guard up and adaptability, I would have carded there. Now I'm just opting to reset while it's just messing around in the corner, and then I just load up a jump slash. And I get some damage in while trying to oil spill me again. And as it's trying to transition, I'm just gonna get an AED loop off here for some free damage. Yeah, here I'm just checking where it is, whether it's worth going to fast travel. But in my previous run, this area ended up being about the same distance by fast travel plus traveling, so I just opted to just foot it. So I topple the rocks, and then I noticed it went to sleep, so I'm just getting some damage in. I don't really care about the wake up aspect of it because the damage is as good regardless. And then every time it misses, that's just a free morph slash into round slash, which is a combo that I use that's just really short and useful. And then here I'm just playing defensively and waiting for openings. So I get hit there, and then I try to reset. Now my Savage Axe is running low, so I'm just gonna try to fish for Savage Axe refreshes here. And then more guards and a free AED loop here. And then here I'm getting hit by heavy knockback or perfect guarding. It's just me mistiming my guards there. But as the wound opens up, I just go for some damage here. And then I get a tentacle cut. And then I notice the wound, so I go for that. And then just some normal topple damage. I tried to go for the AED loop here, but it missed and walked into the shock trap. Yeah, basically I'm just playing very defensively here, not going too aggressive. Staying behind shield when I can, and then risking it all at incorrect times. And then here I do a full reset of sharpness and healing. Because I don't have any sharpness maintenance, I have to play with 50 units of sharpness. There I go for the jump slash to load up amount for later. Because I have guard up, I'm able to block the command grab attack. But I get hit twice here, so that's just unfortunate. And then because I loaded up my 3 or so jump slashes, this keeps New Udra in the area for a bit longer. And then it also allows me to refresh my Savage Axe. And then while it's down, I'm just gonna go for a standard AED loop here. Nothing too special. I ended up popping a wound that I didn't even know was there, so it stalled New Udra for not even a second. And then I notice Gravios is there in the arena, so I do my best to just position myself out of range of their squabble. Instead of warding away Gravios, I'm using it as free damage on my end. And because I'm not aggroed, I'm able to just wail on New Udra with impunity. My Palico gives a call out, so I'm just trying to finish it off. This is a slay only, so I can't cap it. And as Gravios does its final attack and walks away, I just go for my damage and try to kill New Udra. It fights back a little with the Flame Breath, but I guard it and reset my files. And this is the finisher. Very climactic, very good hunt. And I sit on 1049 as the final time, and I'm just checking my loot. Other than that, hopefully this hunt helped you. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want more commentated Charge Blade hunts like this, and that's all I got for this one. Greedy Knight, signing out.